Welcome back to Dazzy Cars. Today I want you to forget specs for a second, forget trends, forget what social media tells you is cool, and just listen. Because what we're talking about right now is not just another SUV release, not just another modern refresh, not just another badge revived for profit. This is about legacy, responsibility, and the weight of a name that has crossed deserts, wars, jungles, mountains, and generations. This is the story of the Toyota Land Cruiser 250, and the moment you understand what this vehicle truly represents, you'll realize why people around the world treat the Land Cruiser name with something close to reverence. When you first see the Land Cruiser 250 in person, there's an immediate sense of honesty in its design. It doesn't scream for attention, it doesn't chase futuristic gimmicks, and it doesn't pretend to be something it's not. It stands there with quiet confidence, squared shoulders, upright posture, and a presence that feels earned rather than manufactured. The body lines are strong and deliberate, almost architectural, like every crease and surface had a job to do. The front fascia feels bold but restrained, with a wide stance that signals stability and strength, while the lighting signature blends modern LED technology with a classic, purposeful look that feels right at home both in a city parking lot and on a remote trail hundreds of miles from civilization. The proportions are what really sell it. The Land Cruiser 250 doesn't look oversized for the sake of dominance, and it doesn't look soft or car-like either. It looks balanced, grounded, planted. The wheel arches are muscular without being cartoonish, the beltline is straight and confident, and the overall silhouette tells you this vehicle was designed with function first, image second. It's the kind of SUV that looks better the longer you stare at it because you start noticing the intention behind every detail. This isn't about flexing wealth. This is about capability, trust, and long-term reliability. Now let's talk about what it feels like when you open the door and step inside. The cabin of the Land Cruiser 250 immediately gives you the sense that this is a place meant to be lived in, not just shown off. There's a solidity to everything you touch. The door shuts with a reassuring thud. The materials feel durable but refined, premium without being fragile. Toyota clearly understood that luxury in a Land Cruiser doesn't mean delicate, it means comfort that survives real life. The seats are supportive, wide, and designed for long hours behind the wheel, whether you're crawling over rocks or cruising down an interstate for 8 straight hours. The driving position is commanding in the best way possible. You sit high with excellent visibility in all directions, and the hood stretches out in front of you like the bow of a ship. The dashboard layout is clean, intuitive, and refreshingly logical. Physical buttons still exist where they matter most, because when you're bouncing over uneven terrain or driving in gloves, touchscreens alone just don't cut it. The digital displays are crisp and modern, but they never overwhelm you. Everything is exactly where your hands and eyes expect it to be, which is something only experienced engineers truly get right. Moving deeper into the interior, you realize how much attention Toyota paid to passengers, not just the driver. Rear seat space is generous, with plenty of legroom and headroom for adults, and the seating angle is comfortable enough for long trips without fatigue. Climate control reaches every corner of the cabin evenly, and storage solutions are everywhere designed to hold real gear, not just small handbags and coffee cups. This is an SUV that expects you to use it, load it, travel with it, and rely on it. Now let's talk about what's under the hood, because this is where modern engineering meets legendary expectations. The Land Cruiser 250 introduces a powertrain philosophy that respects the past while embracing the future. The hybrid setup delivers strong, usable torque exactly where you need it, especially at low speeds, which is crucial for off-road driving. This isn't about drag racing numbers or highway bragging rights. This is about controlled power, smooth delivery, and confidence in every situation. When you press the accelerator, the response is immediate but composed, like the vehicle is saying, "I've got this." On the road, the Land Cruiser 250 feels remarkably refined for something so capable. The suspension absorbs imperfections with ease, soaking up potholes, broken pavement, and uneven surfaces without transmitting harshness into the cabin. Steering is stable and predictable, not overly sporty, but reassuringly precise for a vehicle of this size. Highway cruising is quiet, comfortable, and relaxed, making long distances feel effortless rather than exhausting. You can tell this SUV was tuned by people who understand balance, not extremes. But the real magic happens when the pavement ends. Engage the 4-wheel drive system, select the appropriate terrain mode, and the Land Cruiser transforms. The chassis feels planted, the traction systems work intelligently rather than aggressively, and the vehicle moves forward with a sense of calm authority. It doesn't feel like it's fighting the terrain, it feels like it's reading it. Crawl control allows you to navigate difficult obstacles with minimal throttle input, letting the vehicle manage braking and torque distribution while you focus on steering and line choice. This is not flashy off-roading. This is surgical, confident progress. What truly separates the Land Cruiser 250 from many modern SUVs is the way it makes you feel emotionally. There's a deep sense of trust that builds almost instantly. You feel like this is a vehicle that will not abandon you, that it will start every morning, carry you through storms, and handle abuse without complaint. That feeling is rare today, especially in a market filled with overcomplicated technology and fragile design choices. The Land Cruiser doesn't beg for validation. It earns loyalty through consistency. Safety is seamlessly integrated into the experience, not shoved in your face. Advanced driver assistance systems work quietly in the background, ready to intervene when necessary but never intrusive. Adaptive cruise control makes long highway drives relaxing, lane assistance keeps you centered without tugging at the wheel, and collision mitigation systems add an extra layer of reassurance for you and your passengers. This is safety that supports the journey instead of distracting from it. Pricing places the Land Cruiser 250 in a fascinating position. It's not cheap, but it's also not trying to be a luxury status symbol with an inflated price tag. What you're paying for is engineering, durability, and long-term value. This is the kind of vehicle people keep for decades, passed down through families, and drive well past mileage numbers that would terrify owners of lesser machines. When you look at it that way, the cost starts to feel less like an expense and more like an investment. There's also something deeply emotional about the Land Cruiser's return in this form. In a world where vehicles are increasingly disposable, increasingly digital, and increasingly disconnected from real driving experiences, the Land Cruiser 250 feels grounded. It feels human. It feels like Toyota remembered why people fell in love with this name in the first place and chose to honor that rather than dilute it. This SUV doesn't chase trends, it survives them. Imagine driving through a remote landscape at sunrise, the world quiet, the road rough, and the Land Cruiser moving forward with unshakable confidence. The engine hums steadily, the suspension works beneath you, and there's a sense of peace knowing you can keep going no matter what's ahead. That's what this vehicle offers. Not just transportation, but reassurance. Not just performance, but presence. Not just luxury, but purpose. If you're the kind of person who values authenticity over hype, substance over flash, and reliability over bragging rights, the Toyota Land Cruiser 250 speaks directly to you. It doesn't try to impress you with gimmicks. It earns your respect through capability, comfort, and character. This is an SUV for people who understand that true luxury is knowing your vehicle won't let you down. And before we wrap this up, let me say this. If you want to see how the Land Cruiser philosophy compares to classic American full-size luxury power, you need to watch the already uploaded video on the GMC Yukon XL Denali, older, right now. That video is live on the channel, and it dives deep into a different kind of SUV excellence, one rooted in American road presence and comfort. Watching that after this will give you a perfect contrast between two legends built for very different worlds. Go check it out, and then come back and tell me which one speaks to you more. If you appreciate deep, emotional car stories like this, make sure you subscribe, because this channel isn't about chasing algorithms. It's about celebrating machines that actually matter.